Deuteronomy 34. That's it. We're done with Deuteronomy. We are done with the Torah. The first 5 books of the Bible, and arguably the most important ones in the entire series. And now we can relax and watch Moses die. You've earned it. Even better, this chapter is short and sweet. Then Moses climbed Mount Nebo from the plains of Moab to the top of Pisgah, across from Jericho. There the Lord showed him the whole land, from Gilead to Dan, all of Naphtali, the territory of Ephraim and Manasseh, all the land of Judah as far as the Mediterranean Sea, the Negev, and the whole region from the valley of Jericho, the city of palms, as far as Zoar. Then the Lord said to him, "This is the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, when I said, I will give it to your descendants. I have let you see it with your eyes, but you will not cross over into it." Look at how beautiful this land is. You like it? Doesn't it look beautiful? Well, it's not for you. God didn't have to tease Moses like this. But after all the ways Moses has tortured us, I feel like it's well-deserved. It's poetic, in a way. Moses was born in the Nile Valley, met God as a burning bush on a mountain, received God's law on that same mountain, and now dies on a mountain. He's ascended as far as he can go on his own, more than anyone else. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. And Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in Moab, as the Lord had said. He buried him in Moab, in the valley opposite Beth Peor. But to this day, no one knows where his grave is. Moses was 120 years old when he died, yet his eyes were not weak, nor his strength gone. The Israelites grieved for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days, until the time of weeping and mourning was over. It's over. He's finally gone. It only took multiple books to get to this point. I feel like I would have cared more if this happened like 50 videos ago. Are we not going to discuss how the body of Moses is supposedly just underground somewhere, waiting to be discovered? I guess that's good because it means no one's treating his burial site as a Christian Mecca where people gather and worship. But still, creepy. Are we also not going to discuss how a 120-year-old guy was relatively healthy but had to die anyway? Because that also seems worth exploring. And are we not going to discuss how the Bible doesn't tell us how Moses died? Was he shot? Stabbed? Struck down by lightning? Buried alive? I mean, those are the things I want to know, not the geography. And who buried him? Moses was up there by himself. Did God dig the ditch? And if Moses was the supposed author of the first 5 books of the Bible, how was this chapter even written? Because remember, it references time after the death of Moses. Ghostwriters, literally. Now Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom because Moses had laid his hands on him. So the Israelites listened to him and did what the Lord had commanded Moses. Since then, no prophet has risen in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face, who did all those signs and wonders the Lord sent him to do in Egypt, to Pharaoh and to all his officials and to his whole land. For no one has ever shown the mighty power or performed the awesome deeds that Moses did in the sight of all Israel. It is very convenient that no one has been able to do miracles ever since. So don't bother looking for them. They stopped. Got that, televangelists? Actually, I was told Jesus could pull off a miracle or two, but, what do I know? Leave it to the Bible to tell us how awesome Moses was after he's dead. The Bible waited until the final sentences of Deuteronomy to deliver a eulogy, and it was only a few seconds long. I feel like Moses deserved better. We did it, everyone. We have taken a very long journey with the Israelites, and now we are taking a breather. And with that, maybe it's a good time for me to take a breather as well. As many of you have said in the comments, if I keep going, this series would last another 20 years or so. And I don't know if I can keep that up. At least not this series. You won't believe this, but the Bible gets really repetitive. I could always skip around to the Gospels or the book of Revelation, but I feel like that would be unfair having gone in order for this long. Maybe I'll pick this series up in the future and just continue with the Joshua saga. We'll see. I'm not kidding when I say I seriously thought I was going to do a video about Genesis 1, maybe Genesis 2, and stop there. But then things got out of control. For my own sanity, I need to take a break. Also, this sweater doesn't fit me anymore, and I've been really afraid to wash it. To those of you who have been watching these videos, thank you, and please get some help. And if any of you are interested in picking up where I'm leaving off and continuing the series, you have my permission to go for it. Everyone else, I hope you'll stick around for whatever I end up doing next on this channel.